Disney's got a new boss, Robert Downey Jr.'s got a new look, and I talked to the cast of Echo 3 today. But before we get into everything, make sure you tap that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you'll be the first to know when we drop all the latest news. It's the best geek news. Hello, I'm Chris Killian, and I hope everyone had a great week considering the circumstances.
I love all of you!
Last night, Disney made some surprising moves by replacing Bob Chapek with former Disney CEO Bob Iger.
Well, what about Bob?
What about Bob?
Apparently, the board at Disney reached out to Iger on Friday about taking over, and it's being reported that Chapek and his team were completely blindsided by the news. This followed internal complaints about Chapek's leadership, with concerns following Disney's most recent quarterly earnings report.
Whatever that means.
It must have worked because Disney's stock soared 9% on Monday morning, which I guess if you know anything about stocks, that's a lot.
I know nothing.
Over the weekend at the Governor's Ball, Robert Downey Jr. shocked fans by revealing that he shaved his entire head for his upcoming role in the TV show The Sympathizer, and now he's bald.
What do you think I mean, bald? Bald! Bald, bald!
Obviously, this made fans very eager to see RDJ as a multiverse version of Professor X, but you know how f***ing crazy it would be if RDJ was the DCU's new Lex Luthor?
I like it. I like it. I like it.
Last week, I had an opportunity to sit down with the cast of Echo 3 on Apple TV+. The show is fantastic. You definitely need to check it out. And here's an example of how much work went into the show. Obviously, Echo 3 is a 10-hour series, but it's film-level quality. So as such, like work-wise, did it feel like you guys were essentially shooting like 4 to 5 movies back-to-back?
10 movies.
Yeah.
It felt like 10 films back to back to back.
But the same film. And I think, you know, the creative side of it was their intention was to make a story that didn't have a stop and a start per episode. It just swept you up and kept you going for the full 10 episodes, which felt very much like making a movie.
And like one piece, like one.
Yeah.
Also, you know, while I had Luke Evans, I had to ask about Bond. I know you mentioned recently that you would jump at a chance to play James Bond, so I was just curious, if for whatever reason that didn't pan out, would you be open to playing a Bond villain?
Oh, hell yeah. 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 With this face?
I would as well. I'm just going to throw that out there. I would love to play a Bond villain as long as we're asking those questions.
And that's that for Monday. Thank you all for stopping by to check out the show, and let me know in the comments which bald character you think RDJ should take a swing at.
Dr. Evil!
All of the stories in this video came from articles written on ComicBook.com, so if you'd like to read more about some of today's news with your own eyeballs, feel free to head over to ComicBook.com, where we work 24/7 to keep you up to speed on all the latest. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all that good stuff, all of which are linked below. If you're someone who likes listening to other people argue for hours on end about this sort of stuff, we've got you covered there as well with Comic Book Nation, hosted by Kofi Outlaw every Friday, or our Marvel-focused podcast hosted by my best friend Brandon Davis, now on Thursdays. If you want some behind-the-scenes antics or previews of my cosplay, or you want to know what it's like to live on a spaceship for months at a time with no genuine human interaction, find me on Instagram at CKComedy or Twitter at Chris Killian, all linked below.